And welcome back, everyone, to Who Would Win. Today's Who Would Win comes to us from Orange Bro After Dark. We'll ask the question, who won a fight? The Collector from the Collector movies versus Art the Clown from the Terrifier movies. Uh, this, th- this was turned into a weird one. So, the Collector is a serial killer, a psychopath, sociopath, whatever you want to call it, mutilator of bodies. And the name Collector isn't just a name he chose. One second. The Collector, just so I can have the info up again real quick here. The Collector is a kind of sadistic individual in the sense that he's basically in prison. He's kind of a Saw-like character is what he is. He likes to play with his, to use like a predatory analogy, he likes to play with his food. He likes to basically trap people in scenarios with multiple different types of traps, and ultimately, take a prize for it. The mask he's wearing, if I remember correctly, is like a hardened plastic foam. So it's very durable, can take quite a bit of a beating. And I mean, he's got some firearms if he needs. He's got knives for cutting and mutilating, all that. But the problem the Collector falls into when it comes to any sort of versus scenario, is that usually the individuals he's preying on are unsuspecting and are really not that capable of doing much to him in a fight. To the point where he underestimated the guy, was it in the second film, I believe it was, where the guy found where he actually lived and basically had him at gunpoint and then locked him in a box to basically torture him. He underestimated that guy and he paid the price for that. So the problem with throwing him in any sort of versus scenario is the fact that he's not a fighter. He's not a Freddy or a Jason or a Michael. He's not a Jeeper Creeper or Victor Crowley. He's not a fighter. He's just a serial killer, and he's violent, sure, but he's just a serial killer. I say all this because Art the Clown, as I looked into it, and I believe it's the first time I even had Art on here, isn't human. At least not anymore. Art the Clown, from what I could find, is now a demon. He's a satanic son of a bitch, piece of crap, all that. Like this is a terrible, terrible, terrible individual, morally speaking. Like, this guy will do everything and anything to anyone. He takes sadistic joy out of hurting people. He will find creative ways in doing it. As it gets revealed, he gets resurrected later on, and therefore he becomes a literal demon. It's not impossible to hurt him, though. That's the thing. He can be hurt and still killed. He just kind of resurrects, because he's killed in the second movie, and I believe he's decapitated, if I'm not mistaken. And apparently, as I find this out, spoilers for the second movie, he's reborn through a pregnant woman giving birth to his head in an asylum. Movies. But hey, these movies do well on basically no budget, so who am I the judge? And there's a third one coming out. But that's the other problem the Collector has to deal with here, is that, yes, in theory, he could kill Art, but Art's just as violent and sick and twisted, if not more so, than the Collector is. And so it's one of those things where the Collector isn't going to be able to, first off, catch Art. There's no way he's going to catch him and put him in a sort of booby trap scenario. No, these two are going to have to face off. And in that regard, I mean, these guys are probably going to go toe-to-toe, but Art has multiple weapons on him, too, like knives, loves to just injure and maim. And because he's now supernatural, he does have abilities in that range that the Collector isn't prepared to deal with. So in that regard, I would probably go Art the Clown. He's also just inherently more terrifying. You look at a guy like that, and your first thought is probably more, at least in my lines, oh, you're kind of goofy looking. But also the fact that you're probably not sane to be wearing something like that. Whereas you look at that guy, and you say, oh, he's not sane to begin with, I shouldn't F with him. Either way, I'd probably go Art in this fight. It wouldn't really be like any sort of real battle of wits per se, although these guys are both intelligent in their own right. But it would be a fight to the death, no doubt about it. So I don't know. I'd go Art. Who do you got? Let me know in the comments below. But until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Later.